As you can tell, I'm not from here. I've actually only been in Tel Aviv for about 3 weeks now. But I feel pretty Israeli already. That's because I've had some truly Israeli experiences. Like, raise your hand if you've ever interacted with the Israeli healthcare system. Raise your hand. Nice. So I'm from America. We don't have the best healthcare system, right? If you're poor, your healthcare is none. So what's worse than no healthcare? The Israeli healthcare system. Now, I had this moment about a week ago, a moment that every woman in their life has, where you wake up and you're like, oh God, I need a gynecologist. And it was a double whammy when I was like, I need an Israeli gynecologist. So I call my madrika and I'm like, oh my God, I need help, please help me. And she's like, Mossad did not train me for this. By the way, can I talk about my vagina here? Yeah. We're in the Middle East, I know, but also we're Jews, so we're oversharers. Anyways, my madrika sends me over to the urgent care, the Torah. And it's like the most Israeli experience. Like, I walk in, I'm immediately seen by a 25-year-old male nurse, and I'm like, listen, Omer, I think I have bacterial vaginosis. And he's like, where are you from? I'm like, no, focus on me. He's like, okay, does it hurt when you pee-pee? I'm like, yes. He's like, does it itch? Like, yes. He's like, are you having pain? I'm like, yes, obviously. He says, do you have a boyfriend? I'm like, focus, please. So he sends me to the doctor, also a man. And he's like, and I'm like, yeah. By the way, talking about your vagina through a language barrier is surprisingly easy. It's like, it's actually more like sorcery. But anyways, because I'm a nervous Jew, I give him the WebMD article of the condition I've diagnosed myself with. And because he's an Israeli doctor and doesn't really give a shit, he just gives me the medicine I asked for. But it's the wrong fucking medicine. Like, they do not make this medicine in Israel. So 2 hours later, I'm crying in the super farm, and that's when I learn about the underground Israeli healthcare system. And the underground Israeli healthcare system is a very sweet, middle-aged Russian lady saying, I have a gynecologist on WhatsApp, I can get you anything. This is actually not my first funny experience with a gynecologist. I recently became sexually active. Didn't really like it, honestly. It was really painful. So I'm kind of freaked out about that because everyone talks a lot about it. And I go to the gynecologist and I'm like, I think I'm broken. She's like, let me take a look. So she goes down there, she cranks me open, she reemerges, and she's like, I think I have something you should try. I know what your problem is, and I have a solution. Have you tried being turned on? She's like, a little foreplay goes a long way. And then I came to Israel. And I met the Sephardim. And it works. It works very well. Yeah, Israel's crazy. It kind of already feels like home, you know, it's very easy to settle here. In fact, I actually feel like a sort of like spiritual connection to the land. You know, has anyone heard of Jerusalem syndrome? That's when you get to Jerusalem and you start to have religious psychosis. And I've started to experience that a little bit. So I was in Jerusalem a couple weeks ago, and I was walking back from the liquor store, 2 bottles of Iraq in hand, and I saw this fog in front of me, and I was like, what if the Messiah came right now? What do you do with that? Like, offer him a shot? I don't know. Like, this is actually a really good life philosophy, by the way. At any given moment, ask yourself, what if the Messiah came right now? Like, you're putting your contacts in. Like, oh, heck, you know? Like, you're peeing in the shower. We all pee in the shower. Come on, we all do it. eternal judgment. You're talking about your vagina to a room full of strangers. Like, what do you do with that? You know? But if you're worried about the Messiah coming and what that means for you, what the world looks like after that, I have a solution. I think you should all try. It's called being turned on.